So, Vivi, can you help us perhaps with these questions, choosing the right Salesforce tool?
Right, yes. So let's start by saying that Salesforce has two different tools, NPSP and NPC. NPSP meaning Nonprofit Service Pack, NPC meaning Nonprofit Cloud. And I'll start by outlining the main differences between those two tools, just to give you a sense of like on advantages and challenges that comes with each. But I mean, however, by any means, guys, I'm saying that one is better than the other, and I'm not inviting you to migrate promptly. That's not the idea. I just want to outline the main differences so you guys can have further information and choose what is right for you at the right moment. So you see that first thing here is that functionality and costs, they aren't the same between NPSP and NPC. Um, Nonprofit Service Pack, first thing here is that it's been launched on 2016, whereas NPC, it has been launched on March 2023, so it's pretty recent. Product-wise, Nonprofit Service Pack, it is a managed package, meaning it encompasses, I mean, different applications, and it overall it helps customize Sales Cloud for the nonprofit use. Whereas nonprofit cloud, it is built on Salesforce Core as one cloud package. So it compiles all nonprofit functionality into one tool. That's the main difference here product-wise. Now, pricing. Uh, I think that it's worth saying that NPSP, it is free and an open source application, whereas NPC, I mean, there's cost to that, I mean, per month per user. So there is one program called Power of Us, which provides 10 free licenses, but there is cost, I mean, for the different editions by per month per user. Uh, there's there's one interesting thing here, which is Sales Cloud and Service Cloud licenses. They are included in the cost of the non-profit cloud license. So there could be somewhat like some cost savings here, considering Sales Cloud and Service Cloud are included into that. Uh, Touching on the migration aspect, we need to consider here, guys, that non-profit service pack and PSP is built on a different data model than non-profit cloud. So moving from one to another, it's not such a quick process. However, Salesforce advertises that they are working on making this process as smooth as possible. We need to also mention that there is a downside here, which is migrating to nonprofit cloud from an NPSP to nonprofit cloud. It requires a brand new Salesforce organization. So it's not about just upgrading your org. It requires a brand new one. So this can be quite a disruptive change. Now you may be thinking, so you talked about migration. Are we saying that NPSP is end of life? No, guys, by any means. So Salesforce will continue supporting NPSP indefinitely. And throughout the literature and all the blogs and everything, I see that they constantly say that they are supporting NPSP indefinitely. Given that NPSP is a proven solution and it serves thousands of nonprofit customers currently. Also, there are new licenses for this product, I mean, and they are still available. So no, it's not going to be sunset. Um, in terms of functionality and touching on the differences on data model that I mentioned before, I think that it's worth saying or maybe worth highlighting the main uh, data model differences. So let's start talking about account management, guys. Today with NPSP, we have the concept of the household accounts. So every contact is automatically part of a related household. Whereas in nonprofit cloud, we use person accounts. And household accounts, it's optional there in the nonprofit cloud. So this is one of the main differences here. Uh, Addressing. Address in NPSP is a custom object that is tied to the account. Whereas in nonprofit cloud, it is using standard Salesforce fields like mailing address, billing address, and they do not support for seasonal addresses as we have in NPSP. So this is one of the things that, one of the features that we still do not have parity in NPC. And Salesforce has been advertising that, yes, this is to come in a future release. Not yet, not there yet. With gift management, guys, I think that it's very important for us to say that all gifts are centered on the opportunity object with NPSP. Whereas with the nonprofit cloud, we're talking about a new object. It's called gift transaction. Pledges, also there are opportunities in NPSP, and they are a record on a commitment object in nonprofit cloud. So there are differences there for gift management as well. Recurring donations, it's worth mentioning recurring donations. So there is a specific recurring donation object with NPSP, whereas in NPC we use the commitment object. There's one new thing with nonprofit cloud, which is called the donor profile, where we have an enhanced visualization of key life events and milestones for the donor. With campaign management, there are also enhanced capabilities with nonprofit cloud. For example, they say that campaign data, it can be broken down with better segmentation, and it's possible to generate a URL for any campaign to utilize. Also, there's no need to use the campaign hierarchy as we have in NPSP. With regards to data management, duplication and merging records, NPC has something new for merging and splitting households with a guided UI. We just, in NPSP, we use regular Salesforce capability for checking on duplicate records and matching rules. Long story short, guys, I'm just kind of illustrating here on the main differences, but long story short is that nonprofit cloud does not have a complete feature parity with nonprofit service package and PSP. The main missing points, as we just touched. So we talked about address management. There's not a deceased check with nonprofit cloud, and there's not a marketing cloud integration, like a connect application there for marketing cloud. So, however, at the same time, there's not complete feature parity. It brings new additional enhanced features compared to nonprofit service pack. Another example that I think it's worth mentioning here is that NPC has what they call a new business process API, and that enhances the connection with third-party applications. So it makes it easier for integrations there with third-party tools. As I mentioned, it comes with enhanced gift data model. It has this enhanced, there is an enhanced relationship viewer on contacts and other objects as well, and the donor profile that I mentioned. So overall, there are pros and cons. Even though Salesforce advertises that NPC, nonprofit cloud, already surpasses NPSP as the most functional platform. Now, you're asking there, which is the right tool for my nonprofit? Again, there's not a one-size-fits-all type of criteria. And overall, the main message that I want to leave here is that you need to find a balance among the effort for migrating. We mentioned that it requires a new organization, a new data model. There are differences in functionality, as I briefly described, and the fact that innovative solutions will just be developed toward the nonprofit cloud. You need to take that into account. Of course, NPSP will keep on receiving regular updates with the Salesforce regular releases, but the most innovative solutions that will come with nonprofit cloud. And of course, there are cost differences. Another thing that is pretty important to consider here is that if you have many third-party tools that are integrated with your NPSP, you need to verify if those tools are already adapted for nonprofit cloud. So you may have a showstopper there, and you may be restricted by compatibility issues. Um, so overall, guys, it's about finding a balance. That's the takeaway, given all these differences, pros and cons from one versus another.